Joining us on Houston Sports Talk is Texans tight end CJ Fiedorowicz. And CJ, first of all, just tell me how things are going as far as your rookie season. How do you feel like you're coming along as a player and learning this system?
Obviously 3-4 is not the start that we wanted. You're going into the season hoping you win every game, and we've had a lot of close games, but that's not going to cut it. You got to those close games. Those are those teams that separate themselves. The teams that can win the close ones. But as far as myself, I can definitely improve in the running game and be a bigger factor in the passing game. So it's coming along. It's a long process. It's definitely different from college, but I feel like I fit in and I'm doing everything I can. So
give me specifics. Like what's more difficult from college to the NFL? What's been the hardest learning curve for a tight end going from college to the NFL?
Obviously the physicality of it. The guys are bigger, faster, stronger, and there's more to know about defenses. There's just a lot more, a lot more schemes, a lot more things that defenses do, and a lot more you got to know. So just to widen your knowledge of the game and to read defenses on the fly, really.
Tell me a little bit about your background. How did you become a tight end, and what were you in high school? How did it all kind of come about where this is where you're at right now?
Oh, well, in high school I was a wide receiver, actually. I was 235 pounds, 240 pounds. In college I knew I was going to be a tight end. I was 6'6". I had the frame to be a tight end. That's why I feel like I could excel best, and that's what I knew my ticket was and my body type was. So it's been fun. I love playing tight end. There's so much you got to know as far as protections. You got to know the routes. You got to know all the different fronts and all that stuff. So it takes a lot of work to be good at tight end. So
was football always the passion for you? Was that the sport that you had always thought you wanted to do?
Definitely. I realized that after my freshman year of high school when my coach pulled me up to varsity, and I was kind of baseball/basketball going into high school because I was already 6'6" at the time going into high school. So once I played that first game on varsity, I just fell in love, and I knew from that day on that I was going to play football in college.
Where did you grow up? What was your team growing up? If you had a pro team, I guess, or were you more of a college fan? What was your passion as far as just being a fan?
I liked watching the Cubs. I liked all the Chicago teams, obviously. I was a big college fan. I liked watching the Hawkeyes. I wouldn't say I was really one team in particular, but I was a Chicago fan.
Did you have a player or two that you kind of grew up, guy that you might have had the poster in your room, or a guy that you kind of looked up to at the time?
I liked watching Gronk just because he was a dual threat guy. He could dominate the run and pass game. I liked watching Greg Olsen when he was with the Bears.
Is there a guy that you kind of pattern your game after a little bit as you got to become, you knew you were going to be a tight end at some point, and then you go, okay, this is the guy that I want to look at and kind of pattern who I want to be like?
I'd say Gronk again, just because he's a dual threat guy and he makes big plays in the passing game, but he also set the edge in the run game, and that's definitely who I wanted to patent it after.
What did you know about Houston when you got here? What's the experience like being a Houstonian and kind of learning about this city? Had you been here before?
I've never been to Texas before I got here. I knew about Houston. Video games, I'd picked Houston.
Really?
Yeah. And I didn't know too much. I didn't know much about Texas. I was a Midwest guy, so I was happy to get drafted here. It's been a lot of fun so far, so I'm looking forward to what's got coming forward here.
Texas tight end CJ Fiedorowicz, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You can listen to more of our interviews and podcast on HoustonSportsTalk.net. Subscribe to Houston Sports Talk for free on iTunes or on the Stitcher app.